I've looked at this thing so much, and I can tell you for a fact that the world can't function well, especially the black world or black countries in the world. They can't function well without Black America. Black America. The influence is wild. Let's be honest, the world runs on what Black America creates. The sound, the style, the soul, everything that moves, the culture comes from us. I mean, from Black Americans. But what most people don't realize is this. This isn't just cultural, it's spiritual. Because when God places his hand on the people, he gives them something the world can't live without. Black America isn't just influential, they are essential. From the rhythm of the music to the fight of the faiths, they carry something that the world keeps trying to imitate but can never duplicate. The world take their slangs, their dance, their arts, their boldness, but they can't take their spirit because it's divine. Even through pain, oppression, and injustice, they still create beauty. They still inspire. They still lead. That's not normal. That's anointing. That is why the enemy attacks Black America so hard. Because he knows if they ever realize who they truly are, they will shake the entire world system. Black America is the heartbeat of this nation, the light in the darkness, the conscience of its soul. And when you remove the heartbeats, everything stops. Every major move of progress in this country, from civil rights to culture, from innovation to inspiration, was birthed by them. And that's because they carry a divine assignment to remind the world that what God looks, they want to remind the world what God looks like when he turned pain into power. So no matter how much they try to erase, replace, or surprise them, the world can't function without what God placed in Black America. Because they are not just contributors. Of course, they are carriers of destiny. Yeah. Anyways, I've spoken so much, right? Let's just watch these few videos, right? Please watch this video till the end. I'll be back. Thank you.
Let me break something down for you, right? America is not just a country. It's a machine, every piece of it. The government, the corporations, the banks, the military, the schools, they're all gears working together to keep this engine running. But here's the truth that they don't want you to realize. This machine does not run without us. Black people have been the engine oil of America since 1619. We built the infrastructure, we picked the cotton that funded Wall Street, and created the culture that powers the world. We are the rhythm, the labor, the innovation, the humanity that keeps this whole thing from rusting apart. And now under Project 2025, that same machine is being redesigned, not to include us, but to use us quietly while pretending we don't matter. They're trying to rebuild America into a system that looks free on paper, but functions like a modern plantation, where your work is necessary, but your freedom is optional, where your voice is legal, but your influence is erased. That's what this Trump regime won't say out loud. They don't want America to look racist. They just want it to function that way again. They don't want segregation signs. They want segregation through policy like housing and wages and education and even access to the truth. See, every machine needs two things, right? Power and control. And Black America has always been the power. That's why they fight so hard for the control. They can't risk us realizing how valuable we are, because if we ever moved in unity, this whole engine would have to be rebuilt from the ground up. But here's the part that they have not calculated for. We're not just workers in this machine anymore. We're becoming engineers. We're creating our own businesses. We're building our own schools. We're mastering technology and globally connecting to Africa in the diaspora. We're learning how the system works so we can build one that works for us. And let me tell you something else. If America ever tries to run without us, without our creativity, our moral compass, our spirit, it'll run loud, but it won't go anywhere. Because without the people who built it, the machine breaks down. So my message is simple. Don't fear Project 2025. Understand it. Because once you understand how this machine operates, you can stop being a cog and start being a creator. You can stop asking to be accepted and start designing your own future. Because the truth is, America needs us far more than we need it. And when that realization becomes collective, when we all start moving like we know our value, no president, no project, no policy can stop what's coming next.
Yo, so I heard Tyler album only sold 4,000 copies. Didn't you say that your music wasn't for quote-unquote black Americans? Didn't you say you didn't need us? Oh, you must have forgot. Don't nothing move or shake without us, baby. Welcome to the cookout. Make me sweat, make me water. This is what I be trying to say, man. To our melanated people across the water or on the continent of Africa, we don't even understand why the hate is so forced. Like, obviously y'all love our music. Obviously you love our culture. Obviously you love our hair. You feel me? You love our style. You love everything that we do. So when you mimic and copy us and you find success in your area, most of your support comes from us. But y'all don't think it does. Y'all think all that support is coming from y'all. Oh, we do not need black Americans. We are doing our own thing. This should show you the world definitely do need us. Make me sweat, make me water, make me lose my...
Why can't these other groups organize themselves together? Why can't they say, you know what, we're going to do a mass voter registration campaign. We all going to vote for, I guess, the other side. We're not going to vote for any kind of Republican. We're going to try to flip this state purple. Why is it that black Americans have to be a part of something or it cannot get done? This woman right here admitted that this country don't move any shape, form, or fashion without the participation of the founders of America, which would be black Americans. These people have exposed time and time again, it don't matter what group, they have said, hey, black people, help us with ICE and the immigration. Hey, black people, come out and protest. Even Trump and them trying to get us to come out in the street. Everybody want us out there fighting.
I heard an African guy say that black Americans have no culture. To say that is to say that America has no culture. There's no such thing as American culture. Anything you consider American culture, the foundation came from black people. Whether it's the music, the slang, food, fashion, sports, resilience. Hell, if you think America is racist, you can't have racism without black people. So anything you consider American culture is black American culture, period. Think I'm lying? Imagine America without the influence of black Americans. What are you left with? Yeah. Hell, imagine TikTok without the influence of black Americans. Yeah. American culture is black American culture, period. And I stand on that.
Hear me, and hear me clearly. This country can't survive without you. It's never happened in the history of the world. In 1950, America was 90% white. It's not my opinion, it's a fact. I'm not making a racial comment, it's math. So that means with Dr. King, Andrew Young, all these people, that was a miracle. It was moral. Today, America is 40% black and brown. Within 10 years, there'll be a majority of minorities. Baby boomers, all white, wealthy, and trying to go play golf at the same time. That's what's up right now. You got more people under age 18 than over 60, you have more people over 65 than under age 18. Those under 18 are black and brown. This economy is 70% consumer spending. 70. Not rich people. You. Car notes, rent, conference fees, small business, payroll, small things which you control. The largest economy on the planet, $30 trillion, and it can't survive without you. So here's what I've said. I've been in Fortune, I've been at Time, I've been at conferences, very conservative people. Here's what I say. It always survives the this test. They don't do this. I say, I think you know what I'm going to say. Here's what I have to say. I want every white person here to be successful. That's number one thing I'm saying. Number two, there's not enough college-educated, successful white men to drive GDP, gross domestic product, for the next 20 years. It's mathematically impossible. So unless you want to be speaking Chinese, Mandarin in the next 20 years, no, that went over your head. Let me, you think you're at a black conference. You think you're at some conference that's about some narrow agenda. That's not what Bishop T.D. Jakes thinks. That's not what the God has endowed. You are the cultural post. You have defined culture and cool all over the world. If you say it's cool in South Korea. But what we have not defined, what we have not mastered, is capitalism and commerce. Where the rules are published and the playing field is level, we kill it. Sports. The arts. Faith. Politics. From slavery to the President of the United States of America. Where the rules are published and the playing field is level, we kill it. No one gave us anything. We went and took it. Playing by the rules. Wishing everybody else well. So what happens if you turn your attention to capitalism and free enterprise? And you don't just say black lives matter, black capitalists matter.
So you said you're a second generation white person, and in your mind, black America is the ultimate American culture. Well, thank you, because it is. I'm going to read some stuff to you. Hold on, okay? In culture and entertainment, we create or perform American popular music from jazz, rock, blues, hip hop, R&B, and soul. They all stem from black traditions. Dance to modern music is also created by black communities. Speak using everyday American slang. Most of that slang comes from where? African American vernacular English. That's just how we talk, and everybody copies. And they rename it, by the way. Let's go on over to some film. Black culture and talent drive narratives, music, and fashion trends in Hollywood. Okay? We're also going to talk about rap and freestyle. That is a uniquely black innovation that shaped global music. Okay? And how about start or go viral on social media? Yeah, black Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, it shapes that. Yeah. And if you want to go viral, everybody knows. Talk about us. Black literature and art reveal truths about American life that's often ignored. And how about streetwear, sneaker culture, hair aesthetics, all traced back to black innovation. Black Americans even define global rhythm. Yeah. And there wouldn't even be a super fantabulous tasty holiday in America without soul food. Okay? We've been cooking, and yes, it's ours. All ours. Now let's get down to the traffic, shall we? Because we wouldn't even be able to drive as safely as we are now without the traffic light. And that was invented by who? Black America, Mr. Morgan. Then those modern day elevators that we ride in so much. Yes, the automatic doors come from who? Yep, Black America. Even ironing clothes easier. Sarah Boone, Black America. Enjoy clean sugar or chemical products. Guess what? Guess who revolutionized the refining process? Black America. How about this? How about this one? Use a microphone in a phone, hearing aid, or video call. Okay? James West, his invention is used in 90% of today's devices. Yeah. And then we can have safe laser eye surgery, all because of a black woman, a black American woman, Patricia Arabath. Love her. And how about shipping fresh food across the country? Yeah, don't forget about the refrigerated truck, invented by Black America. Mr. McKinley, by the way. Now, we have secure homes with surveillance, a functional light bulb. Lewis Latimer created the carbon filament that made Edison's bulb practical. So without Latimer, there would be no light bulb, a functional light bulb, meaning that Edison did not create it. It was Latimer, okay? Because it works. He drew the patent. He drew the diagram for the patent. Yes, he did, because Edison couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't even describe how it actually worked, so that had to be Latimer. I don't know why they tried to steal from Latimer. And the Super Soaker. How about that? Your kids can even have fun because of Black America. Yeah. That was invented by a NASA engineer, by the way. Yeah. Black America even made it possible to run automated machinery efficiently. Cool skyscrapers like the Rockefeller Center, use advanced computer processors, navigate with GPS. But bust this. Without Black America, we would not have a functioning democracy with civil rights. Okay? Because of Black America, we understand nonviolent resistance. We understand how to build successful protest movements, define modern feminism, and use modern protest language. Yeah. Now let's go on to education. Because of Black America, we can study race, power, and oppression accurately, not inaccurately. Okay? It was Black American educators that pioneered freedom schools and community-based learning. People always forget that one. Okay? We teach U.S. history truthfully. Without Black history, American history is incomplete. So if you're ever learning history, hello, if you're ever learning history and there's no Black America in it, it's a lie. Or incomplete. Without Black America, understanding democracy's contradictions would not be possible. We are the group that has exposed more of the contradictions than any other group. Even when it comes to exploring African civilizations and contributions, guess who championed that? Black American historians. Everybody else wanted to just dump it. Okay? But it was Black America who went back and decided, hold up, we're going to go and grab some stuff and make it known. Without Black America, the United States would not have been able to build wealth. At all, period. When it comes to cities, infrastructure, none of that. Whatever. Agriculture wouldn't be what it is today. That's because of Black America. And let's go to sports, by the way. It's Black American athletes that have revolutionized almost every single major sport. Yeah. Black America. Here we are. Without Black America, no one would be able to sell cool, quote unquote, or edge in consumer culture. Black style drives global branding and marketing. Without Black America, no one would be able to create $1 billion music industry, fashion, or entertainment markets. Hip hop alone is a multi-billion-dollar industry. All by itself. Well, let's go into science, tech, and medicine real quick. Bank blood during wars. Dr. Charles Drew developed the blood bank system. Yes, he did. Use telegraphs in train communication. That's from Black America, Mr. Woods. He made railroads much safer. How about diagnosing disease with x-rays in space? Okay? Yeah, that's Black America right there. Design safer public restrooms in trains. Latimer, there he is again. He was a serial inventor, you know. Latimer was the one who created the train bathroom systems. And then here's one. Invent signal processing systems used in telecom and internet. Okay? Let's talk about the global influence real quick. export American culture globally. Black music, the way black people, our language, African American vernacular English, and fashion are America's biggest exports. Influence global youth culture. Lead multicultural coalitions. Black activists pioneered coalition building from civil rights to climate justice. That's us. Build spiritual traditions in the U.S. Gospel and black church culture shaped America's religiosity. And Black America also teaches resilience in the face of injustice. And that was only 50 things. I could go on and on and on. I could literally go on and on and on with this list. So yes, what you say makes absolute sense. If it wasn't for Black America, there would be no quote unquote America as we know it today.
If I tell other people from different demographics and different cultural backgrounds, even though they look like me, if I tell them that we're not the same people culturally and ethnically, that shouldn't be an offensive thing to fucking say. Right? When people came over here, they knew that we're different. Now it's 2025 and everybody wants to be the same and shit. Everybody cannot be the same group of people. And it's wrong to force your identity onto people. The only people that would be offended by that are people that appropriate culture, steal culture, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, aren't on code. So if you're offended by that shit, you just need to learn to stop forcing your identity onto us. I don't know what to tell you.
So since we're coming off of Juneteenth, I just feeling inspired and feeling cultured. And I just want to set the record straight that America was never a white country. At one point, there were more black enslaved people here than white settlers. And it wasn't until after World War I that we started to see the more ethnic white people came here. The Irish, the Germans, the Italians, the Polish, they started coming by the millions. Okay, and that is when we started to see a white majority in this country, and it reshaped the racial hierarchy that we see today. When you think of American culture, you can't help but think about black culture, okay? You can't help but the music, hip hop, R&B, jazz, blues, gospel music, neo soul, funk, all of these things came out of the black experience, and so it's considered American culture, but it's really black American culture. So in fashion, you know, everybody runs around here in urban streetwear around the world with the fitted hats and oversized clothing and all of these different styles that we created and that came out of hip hop. That is all out of the black experience. And so I just want to set the record straight with that, because some people think that black Americans are immigrants, and we're not. A lot of us have been here longer than most of these white people in here. I know my family has. So I just want to set that straight, and I hope y'all have a nice summer.
I bet you thought you were wearing denim. Whole time you've been wearing Negro cloth. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the people who wore denim enslaved black people in the South and Caribbean.
The material was rough, hard, and not even suitable for animals. But we took the indigo, one of America's biggest crops before cotton, and dyed it blue. We took clothing scraps and pieced them with our denim. We adorned them with beads. And this was before Dapper Dan. We turned denim into a symbol of resistance.
Sometimes called Negro or slave cloth. But more importantly, the black roots of American style. Right after the Civil War, Levi Strauss popularized denim jeans. As soon as we got free, our culture was used for profit.
Levi Strauss marketed them for white workers in the West, making denim a symbol of rugged masculinity and blue-collar labor. They tried to detach it from its black roots. Y'all really tried it.
But we will never be erased. We are black. We are style. We are America.
Unless you've lived in America for some time, you will not understand why Black Americans move the way that they do. And I'm saying this as a non-Black American who's lived in America for quite some time. Because prior to moving to America, I was a similar way. I was like, what is this emphasis on race? Like, it's not that deep. Let it go. Right? Because I'm going off of my lived experience, right? And visiting a place is not the same as living in a place, you know? I'm going off my lived experience of different cultures coming together, being in harmony, etc., blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't know what this great, division is, because again, my experience is different. But telling somebody who has that lived experience that, well, it's not valid, because your lived experience is different, is going to be quite invalidating. So, and I say for some time specifically, because you can live here maybe like 6 months, a year, and you haven't experienced anything, right? And outside of the US, you have to understand that what you're seeing is a very curated experience in the media. Granted, with the rise of social media, we're opening a lot more doors, right? But we could even see like what's going on now with Black Americans and Black Scots. It, to me, it's jolly. I loved it. I've loved seeing it. And people are like, they didn't know Black Americans knew Black Scots existed. We're in every part of the world, right? But it's just exciting to see people that, even me as a Caribbean person, I was like, oh, this is exciting. Seeing an accent on a different face, than what you would think for that region is something exciting. It's something fun. But people are using it to almost make like Americans seem dumb or whatever. But unless you've lived here, then you start to be like, yeah, they're white people. They're a little bit different than my white people. They're a little different than the other white people over there. You know what I'm saying? Because I had never thought about, and I've talked about this before, I've never thought about being Black until I moved to America. It's not a thought that crossed my mind because I'm from a majority Black country. So it's not a thought that's going to cross my mind, and I'm not experiencing racism in my country, in a majority Black country. But I experienced it here. I'll tell you that for sure. So unless you've lived here, unless you've had that experience, unless you know the cultural significance of slavery, which as a Black person in every country you should, but it's different. Even though we all experience it, we experience different types. And the slavery in America specifically was like the worst form of slavery, because you broke down the person down to their core, stripped them of their culture, etc. Whereas in other regions we didn't have that. We maintained quite a bit of our culture, and Africa and the Caribbean, etc. So we still had that to hold on to. But here it was almost stripped away entirely down to the core, right? So identity is a very big thing in America in a different way that it is for us in the Caribbean, right? So I would say sometimes you don't have to be a part of every conversation. Sometimes you just sit back and watch. And can we please get rid of this diaspora war? Black people from all the world, we're different. Every Black person is not the same, but we all have some of the same lived experiences, okay? But the diaspora wars are tired. They are tired. They are exhausting. But what's crazy is like when you have people of different culture living in the same place, it's all Gucci. It's when we seem to be in different regions of the world, it can't click. It's not clicking too good.
Welcome back to the closing of this, whole Black America stuff, right? Now, the thing is, even America can never let them go because of what they are to that country. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you don't matter. No, I'm talking about Black Americans. Because the truth is, the whole system will collapse without your life. You're not a mistake, you're a movement. And the world can function without the sound, strength, and spirit of Black America. Because when God created Black Americans, He didn't just make a people, He made a pulse. You hear that, right? He made a pulse and rested. I feel so proud of you guys. I wish. Of course, I'm Black American. Anyways, I'm joking. I'm African. But I'm so jealous of you guys, right? So that is why I'm bringing this to you, because I still feel some Black folks don't really know who they are. And that's why I'm doing content like this sometimes, to remind you of who you are, to tell you that some people want to be you. Of course, some people want to be you. Now, this is me, BJ. And remember, you can't stop the rhythm God puts in His people. That is it. I want to see your thoughts in the comments. Do you feel the same way I feel? Do you think so? Are you aware of yourself? Have you awoken? Let me see it in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share this video with your friends, families, and everyone. I love you all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.